Hello students, welcome to the lecture series of control systems. This video is for the session 2 of Unit 1. Topic taken for this session is modeling of mechanical translation system. So the outcomes of this lecture number 2, CO is first unit and the LO model mechanical systems, electrical systems and their 5 different SOs which covers mechanical translation system to obtain differential equation or transfer function. The reference is Nakwat and Gopal. Outline of this session, this video. Control system design flow will be covered, and then mathematical modeling, modeling of mechanical systems, elements and scientific principles in mechanical translation systems, and the procedural steps in modeling of translational system, which includes the free body diagram, force balance equation, and transfer function. Finally, we will have an example problem. Before going to the session, the recap of previous session, which was the live session. In that, we have completed the basics of control system, the purpose, application, open loop, closed loop, functional elements, linear versus non-linear, LTIV and LTV, linear time invariant, time invariant, and stability about the systems. Coming to the session, the first topic, the control system design flow. It should interpret and represent the systems first. After representation, analyze the system characteristics, and in the next step, analyze the response of the system to controllers, and then analyze the stability of the system. After analyzing these things, we can design controllers or compensators for the system. So the overall control system, very first design flow will be like representation, that may be from the first unit you can do, and the characteristics about the systems you can analyze with the second, third units, and also the response of the system controllers. The input for this particular step can be taken from second, third unit, and fourth unit will give you the stability about the system, and from the fifth unit we have topics which covers the compensator design for a system. Mathematical modeling. The purpose of doing this mathematical modeling is to represent the input-output characteristics of the system using scientific relations between the parameters of the system. We are representing a system, and in the system we have different parameters related to each other. So those relations will be represented as the input-output characteristics. For that we need a mathematical model. And the representations, how we are doing the mathematical modeling representations. It is of differential equations, and from the differential equations we can do it the transfer functions, we can compute the transfer functions, and we can also use the matrices for representing the systems, matrices to represent the models. And the types can be of theoretical types and experimental approach. So we are in the theory course, so we use the theoretical approach here. Modeling of mechanical systems. In mechanical systems there are two different kinds. One is translational system, another one is the rotational system. Translation system and rotational system, the name itself self-explanatory. Here the motion of a system is along a straight line or a curved path. It is like straight line or sometimes it can be a curved path. It is a translational movement. Whereas rotational systems, the motion of a system is angular or rotating along a fixed axis. See that here it is rotating in anti-clockwise or it can be clockwise. So the motion of a system is angular or rotating. So two different kinds in mechanical. One is translational type and rotational type. In this session, our interest is to discuss the translational systems. So here the elements and scientific principles in translational systems. There are three basic elements in mechanical translational systems: mass, spring, and dashpot. Here the SI units for mass, spring, dashpots were given: mass kg, Newton per meter, Newton second per meter. First, see the mass. The weight of the mechanical system, we call it as mass, and it is concentrated at the center of the body. So here in this picture, you can see the mass of vehicle, core body, and it is concentrated at the center of the body, and its representation, and it has the kinetic energy. It is energy storage element. See that this K is a spring. This is actually P dash part. This one is the mass. So mass will have a weight the mechanical system. It is concentrated at the center of the body. It will have the kinetic energy. It is an energy storage element. To a force F of t, the body, that is the mass, body is the mass, in turn generate an opposing force Fm of t. So F of t is the applied force, Fm of t is the opposing force due to the mass. This can be stated from the Newton's second law of motion. If m of t is the opposing force of mass, this particular mass, which can be calculated from the Newton's second law of motion, which is m into a acceleration. A is acceleration, m is mass. So acceleration due to gravity is a. Hence my Fm of t, that is the opposing force due to mass, will be m into t square x by dt square. Acceleration is t square x by dt square, where x is the displacement of the body. Here x of t is the displacement, f of t is the applied force, Fm of t is the opposing force due to the mass. So opposing force due to the mass Fm of t will be equal to m into acceleration, which is t square x by dt square. So next, the second element is spring. Stiffness of spring is represented by the spring constant K. It gives the potential energy, and it is also an energy storage element like mass. When the spring is subjected to a force, it undergoes elastic deformation. See the example picture. This is spring. When it is subjected to a force, it undergoes elastic deformation. Here the Hooke's law is used for finding the opposing force offered by the spring. This is the representation of spring. K, we use K, and x of t is the displacement, f of t is the force applied. So that the fk of t, opposing force offered by the spring, which is derived from the Hooke's law. And so fk of t is equal to k into x. K is the spring constant. X is the displacement. So when the spring is displaced on both sides, as shown in this figure, See, we have a spring, it is displaced both sides. This particular spring, connected with two different masses. This one has the displacement of x1, this one has the displacement of x2. In that case, then the opposing force offered by the spring will be x1 minus x2, that is Fk of t. This Fk of t will be k into x1 minus x2. So spring can be connected between two different mass. So in that case, the opposing force offered by the spring will be k into x1 minus x2. Whereas in this case it is k into x2, here in this case k into x1. But in this case k into x1 minus x2, since it is connected with two different masses, that is both the sides. It is connected on both sides, means that it is placed on both sides. Third element, dashpot or damper. An element that offers a frictional force on the mechanical system is called the dashpot or damper. It is a piston. The pistons are operated with the air friction or fluid friction. In hydraulics, we use the oil, the plungers, or dashpots. In pneumatics, we use the air chambers for operating this dashpot. We have the cylinder filled with the viscous liquid, that is the oil fluid in hydraulics. It dissipates energy by offering resistance to moving body. This will dissipate the energy. So it is a energy dissipating element. It is not energy storing element. It is energy dissipating element. The stored energy will be dissipated. That will offer the resistance to moving body. The dissipation of energy from the dashpot will resist the moving body. See the picture, it is a piston. So when the dashpot is subjected to a force, it offers an opposing force. Here again, this element also offer the opposing force, like mass and spring. That we call it as Fd of t. When the dashpot has displacement on both sides, then it will be like a spring. So Fd of t is d into dx by dt if it is displaced with one end. If it is displaced with both the end, it is d into x1 minus x2 by dt. So for the opposing force offered by the dashpot is d into dx by dt. If it is on both sides, d into x1 minus x2 by dt.